Hello YouTube and welcome to Formula 1 2017. I'm Emerson and I'm here with Tyler Merkel and Larry Arsenal. They are driving for Sahara Force India and they're going head to head with the other 9 Formula 1 teams. We're here at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez here in Mexico City, Mexico. Oh man, I loved saying that track name. Alright.
God damn it.
Last time at China, we had an insane finish between the teammates that Tyler Merkel almost got to Larry Arsenal there at the end. He drove over a second faster than Larry Arsenal the last 3 laps. And it was an insane drive. Will we see anything similar to it now? Here we are at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Opening practice is about to start.
Wasn't this like a baseball stadium at one point?
We could not start broadcast. Fuck you. There we go. Balanced.
Mexico.
Ooh, rain in qualifying.
What?
Huh, what?
Like midway through it. 0 to 20 minutes, like the end of it should be.
Oh dear.
Alright.
It's like the race will be clear.
The track is open for opening practice here at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez.
Wait, is this the softest tire? Or the hardest tire? Soft?
I think we have the Ultra Softs this weekend.
Awesome. Wait till the next game, Larry.
If I remember right, I didn't even look at the yeah, we have the Ultra Softs.
Here comes one of the Force Indias. I believe that would be Larry Arsenal.
No.
That's Tyler?
No, Emerson. Yes.
I thought the one who needed practice more would come out first.
Exactly.
Oh, I won't be far behind. I guarantee you that.
No, Emerson, what I've been doing each practice sessions is at least 3 laps on each tire. So.
Okay.
So I get out as early as I can.
Alright, so we have Kevin Magnussen. He'll be on the Ultra Softs and he'll start the first lap of practice. Kevin Magnussen into the chicane. He works his way through 13, 14, down the short chute.
This is my worst part of the track. I hate this right there.
16 and 17. That is the NASCAR style turn. But it's a right-hander and it leads them on to the long front straightaway.
NASCAR style, the fuck?
The NASCAR style oval corner.
Yeah, but that's a right, not a left.
That's what I said, but it's a right-hander. Look, man, I'm just going with what I'm given here on the sheet of paper, okay?
Sure.
This is the sheet of paper says, okay? Sorry, Mike Joy said that in 2006.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Turn 17. I'm talking about turn 17 and how it's a NASCAR style turn going the wrong direction.
Right.
I said that!
Oh my god.
Why don't you stick to what you do best, which is the driving? Okay.
I'm better than you.
Yeah, that's why I'm in the booth.
Damn.
Damn.
Roast himself.
I'm not gonna lie. I
I'm
have
not gonna
like
lie,
I have like
am shit
500.
commentating, so
I have a 500 fucking video channel of all my shit driving. Pick one, you'll find one. Kevin Magnussen posts a 119.762 on the Ultrasoft tire. Max Verstappen a 120.062 on the Supersoft tire.
just like me and commentating Emerson, I can't do it.
I want to hear Malico commentate though. That would
I've
probably
never
be
tried commentating. I probably would suck at it.
I did it.
Tyler
once on
Markle sets a
PS3.
120.649 on the soft compound. You used to do it on the NR races, Larry.
I know.
That's what
Then
I
got
want
out
to
of
do.
it.
Well, Larry, I got my PC, and I had it. I got NR finally. Tristan helped me a while ago. I just need to get the mods and shit. Emerson will eventually help
I'd
me.
like
Yeah.
to get back into commentary. It's just I'm so rusty at it. I don't want to embarrass myself trying to do it.
Well, Emerson,
Yeah.
is your computer good enough to do Google Hangouts?
I can do Google Hangouts on my phone.
So if I was to like get my commentary, or not my commentary, but my NR to work and all that, and do that on there,
Yes.
would you want to do that sometime?
Sure.
Alright. Once we get it to work, I'll be happy.
Alright. So we have Stoffel Van Dorn working his way in to the S's, I believe. Yes, he's working his way into the S's. He's in a queue of cars. He's behind Fernando Alonso, and cannot tell who's in front of Alonso. Alonso is on outlap. Gotta love these S's here. Romain Grosjean is coming around to the start finish line. The S's here at this track are probably the most fun S's. It's the most attention grabbing S's of any race car driver, but it's a fun set of S's if you can take them right. Romain Grosjean with a 121.102 and Stoffel Van Dorn a 120.817. Van Dorn on the supers, Grosjean on the softs. Fernando Alonso's on a timed lap. He's working his way through turns 1, 2, and 3.
For some reason, I just don't feel confident about this track.
Oh god.
Troy's on.
He's what? Question mark? He's been on. The fuck?
He just got on.
No, he was on. Emerson, he got on during
I
the last
just got the
race.
notification. I'm sorry.
I know. I just got it too.
I
but
got
it's
it
like
too.
what? That's like you don't see when they go off. That's fucking.
Now Fernando Alonso working his way through the S's and into the final corner, turn 17. Alonso with the slipstream of Romain Grosjean. Daniel Kvyat of a 120.036. Alonso a 120.252. Grosjean a 120.888. They both have DRS down the front straightaway. Alonso looking to overtake Grosjean. He stays behind him, but he literally went left, right, left, looking for a way around Grosjean, but just could not do it. On board with Larry Arsenal, we want to see this show. And there's the man. All the way from Auckland, New Zealand. I'm gonna have to mute. Sorry, Troy. Alright. On board of Larry Arsenault as he works his way down the straightaway into turn 12 and into the chicane of 13. Barely clipping the apex through 14, 15, and now into 16. And if my research is correct, turn 17 is part of the oval that this track has. So it is a NASCAR style turn in the wrong direction. Here comes Arsenault into the Essa del Lago. Pascal Wehrlein, a 119.750, puts him top of the charts on the Ultrasofts. The extremely long set of S's proves to be grueling for some drivers. We watch Arsenault work his way the best he can. Arsenault on the long front stretch, he sets a 121.370.
Vettel.
And Vettel is dusting Arsenault on the straightaway with those super soft slipstream and DRS. Arsenault able to get around Vettel. Valtteri Bottas, that's the name I haven't been able to say, has made it to the top of the charts this season. Valtteri Bottas, a 119.353. Impressive from Valtteri. Haven't been able to say that about him all season.
True.
You'd almost think his Mercedes is a Williams in disguise.
Sounds like it. Sebastian Vettel on a fast lap, battling with Larry Arsenault.
Something must happen.
Arsenault almost destroyed Sebastian Vettel approaching the chicane complex before entering turn 12, and Vettel's going to have a slow lap.
Later. No comment.
Here comes Sebastian Vettel on the outside of Larry Arsenault, side by side into turn 1. Vettel sets a 122.025. That's fitting since he's been fighting Larry Arsenault the entire lap. And Arsenault goes wide, still side by side out of 3 on the way to turn 4. Arsenault being very aggressive with trying to pass a Ferrari in practice. Into the Essa del Lago.
Go.
Yeah, fighting with him the entire lap is trying to let him go. Right. Into the hairpin and out on the way to the S's. Let's see Sebastian Vettel show us how to do the S's properly. Now into the chicane complex he comes. That's turn 12 on his way to 13. And he lagged, or he got hit. No, he lagged. Sebastian Vettel a little bit faster. It's a 120.835. Now he should be able to get a clean lap though on those super softs. against Sebastian Vettel in the 5 in the hairpin of turn 6. And now through VS's once again, Sebastian Vettel. This should be a good lap. Daniel Kvyat has put it 5th. Tyler Markle top of the charts. It's a 118.987, nearly half a second faster than Valtteri Bottas. Sebastian Vettel working his way through the chicane complex, now into 16, and now turn 17. Sebastian Vettel to the start finish line. He's going to put it 5th fastest. That's a 119.791. Now Kimi Räikkönen, he's on an out lap. Marcus Ericsson is on the track now. Ericsson coming through the chicane complex. Can't tell if he's about to start a lap or if he's about to finish. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton's on the start finish line straight now. Hulkenberg into the chicane complex. Ericsson starting a timed lap, and Räikkönen is still on an out lap. Just over 15 minutes remaining. So we look at the speed chart we have here, and Tyler Markle absolutely killing the drivers who have ultra softs on. At the top of the charts, Tyler Markle's on the supers. Valtteri Bottas, Pascal Wehrlein, and Kevin Magnussen on the ultras. Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Kvyat, Max Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Felipe Massa, and Stoffel Vandoorne are all on the supers. And then Daniel Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz, Romain Grosjean, Julian Palmer, Larry Arsenal, and Lance Stroll all on the soft tire compounds. We have yet to get lap times from Räikkönen, Ericsson, Hulkenberg, and Hamilton, but that should change any moment now. Lewis Hamilton coming out of turn 17. Here he comes to the start finish line. Lewis Hamilton will set the 11th fastest time. That is the fastest on the softs. It's a 120.582. Now Marcus Ericsson. Ericsson coming out of 16 now in the 17. Ericsson to the start finish line. That is 6th fastest. He's on the ultras though. That is the slowest of the 4 drivers on the ultra softs. Now we have Nico Hulkenberg coming through 16, now through 17. He's on the softs. Hulkenberg will put it 15th fastest. That is a 120.818, and Räikkönen is on the ultras, but he's stuck behind Daniel Ricciardo, who's on the softs. So Räikkönen, I don't believe we'll have a fast lap, but we'll have something to say here as Räikkönen approaches the start finish line. He puts it 3rd fastest. That's a 119.513. Tyler Markle sets a faster lap on the supers. It's a 118.796. Räikkönen trying to get to the inside of Daniel Ricciardo. Hasn't cleared the Red Bull just yet. Oh, and he has to let up so Ricciardo can go through, and Räikkönen still won't set a clean lap on those ultras. Now, but every driver set a lap on the ultras. Here comes Tyler Markle to the inside of Kimi Räikkönen. He clears Räikkönen. "13 minutes remaining here in opening practice at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez." Sometimes Americans will read the name as Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, but in Spanish, when you say the word, any word with an H in it, it's usually silent. It's usually hermanos. Tyler Markle back into the pit lane.
Or are we gonna sit here like a bump on a log?
Larry Arsenal with the 4th fastest time. That's on the ultra softs. It's a 119.695. He's trying to get around Nico Hulkenberg, who's on the soft tire. Larry Arsenal on the ultras here. Let's see if he's gonna go for another fast one behind Hulkenberg. And Hulkenberg is pulling away from Arsenal on the straightaway. Into turn one, that's a different story as Arsenal has the soft, ultra soft tires to drive it into the corner. Look at that straight line speed that Renault has. Larry Arsenal brings it back to the pit lane. I thought he was going to be on a foul flyer. Tyler Marco's on the ultra softs. What lap will he set now? Just over 8.5 minutes remaining in the session. He catches Daniel Ricciardo. All over that gearbox of the Red Bull. Tyler Marco and 118.664. Tyler Marco looking to clear Ricciardo before he gets into turn 2, and he will.
Hey, whoever commented, give me a second.
Tyler Marco heading into the chicane complex again, out of 12 into 13. And these tight S's through 15 into 16. And now through turn 17. Tyler Marco doesn't set a faster lap. Let's see. He'll get one more one here. He's got a McLaren coming out in front of that's Fernando Alonso. He's gonna drive it into turn 1. Alonso will give way.
Okay, so far so good.
There's Tyler Marco into turn 4. and 5. And now he heads into the hairpin of turn 6. Into the S. Let's see how Tyler Markle takes these S's at full speed. Beautiful through the S's. Now into turn 12. And now 13, 14, and 15. And now into turn 16, which leads him into the turn that's the oval. Now onto the front stretch. Tyler Markle, a 1:18.517. Top of the charts.
What race you going to see at official? What F1 race?
Fernando Alonso's on the Ultrasofts and he's looking to make some gains. He's 11th right now. He has a 1:20.252 on the Supers. What does Fernando Alonso have to say on the Ultras? 5 minutes remaining here in opening practice at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. I didn't have much of an accent there, but
You don't need to have an accent.
Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Gotta roll all those R's.
I gotta look down on the straight
Could
line.
be very bad.
What?
I'm gonna try something on this car.
You have 4 minutes left, Larry.
Larry Arsenal's calling the
I know.
DNF on himself right now.
Probably.
God damn it.
Here comes Fernando Alonso,
Oh, you're
start
going to
finish
Spa?
line second fastest, a
Oh, you're from Belgium. That makes sense. Have
1:19.149.
fun, man. That should be a good race if you're gonna go to Spa. For Belgium.
Oh, he's going to Spa.
That sounds
he's
fun.
lucky.
He's from Belgium, guys.
Oh, I would
That's
pay
cool.
all the money in the world to go see Spa.
I
And
still
now
wanna see
Sebastian
Monaco, though.
Vettel. I don't know if he is on an out lap, but he's going to be trying to improve upon his lap time. Right now, a 1:19.791. Vettel has that on the Supers. Carlos Sainz is on the Ultrasofts, looking to improve upon his time. And now on board Sebastian Vettel. He's through 16. He's going to start his first time lap on the Ultrasoft tires. Here he comes, getting up to speed here, up to 8th gear. The car's at full song. Now Vettel out of turn 5 and he heads down to the hairpin. He's got a clear track in front of him for the most part. Vettel's looking to turn some heads. Here he comes into the S's. And Sebastian Vettel, he puts it into the 118 bracket. He puts it second fastest, 0.4 of a second off of Tyler Markle. It's a 118.917 for Sebastian Vettel. And I believe for the first time all season, our speed chart is organized correctly by tires. The top 10 have set their laps on Ultras, 11th through 14th are on Supers, and 15th through 20th are on the Softs. Carlos Sainz is the slowest driver on the Ultra Softs, with a 119.889. Valtteri Bottas is out on the softs. Arsenault's looking to improve upon his time. He's on the ultras.
That's a cut shit.
It's gonna be really hard to improve if I can't get around Verline. But I love the slipstream right now. If I can English, that'd be amazing.
Arsenault's coming out of turn 3. He's gonna need a run on Verline as he heads into turn 4. Now through 5, Verline is clearly holding him up now. Verline's on the softs. Arsenault's on the ultras. He's going into the hairpin, trying to get side by side. That's gonna kill his lap time, but he's gonna have one more lap if he can get around Verline. If he can get to the start finish line in time.
The bus. Verline, I'm sorry, don't kill me in the race.
Into turn 12. Somehow Arsenault will dive it and clear Verline. Oh! No, that's just lag. Never mind. But Verline hit Arsenault. Arsenault now through 16. He's trying to get to the start finish line. It's gonna be close. Trying to get one more lap. He'll get it by 3 seconds. Arsenault with one more try at a fast lap here.
But these tires are probably killed trying to get by Verline.
Here comes Verline looking to the inside. No, he stays put. Larry Arsenault and Pascal Verline both out. They're the final drivers to start a timed lap in practice.
Okay, that is not how to take the S's.
So here comes Arsenault into the Arsenault into the final complex of 13, 14, and 15. Now into 16 and onto the oval of turn 17. And at the start finish line, Arsenault will put it P6. There will not be any improvement, I don't believe.
No, I was almost a half second off the whole lap.
Letting you know now, Larry, you might want to get out fast. In qualifying.
Well, I mean, I was planning on being one of the first cars out, get a dry lap timing, so I don't know when the hell this rain's coming.
So, the speculation of rain coming in qualifying, 12 minutes for 20 drivers. There is no rounds in this qualifying session. They decided to test this new thing out here in Mexico. They have 12 minutes to get in a lap time, and with the speculation of rain, I believe everyone's going to be coming out onto the track very quickly. You already have Stoffel Van Dorn heading out onto the track, and he's coming out behind. I believe that's Romain Grosjean. That is Romain Grosjean and Stoffel Van Dorn. And followed by Larry Arsenault and Pascal Verline. And Carlos Sainz. And
Weather
Tyler
report.
Markle. Kimi Räikkönen,
Weather
Lance
report.
Stroll.
It says clear. If we would have full qualifying, Larry, it would have been different, I think.
Guaranteed. But since we only got 12 minutes, and I think the laptop said
So
that rain
20.
was in 20, yeah, we'll be fine.
Hopefully.
Here comes Romain Grosjean with 10 minutes and 20 seconds. He'll take the green flag in qualifying. Get ready to see an influx of lap times. This is for the pole. There's no advancing. Fastest time starts on the pole. This round, and this round only. I believe the rule, if you're in the top 10, the time you set the fastest lap on is still the tire you start the race on. Do not quote me on that.
I'm pretty sure.
Into turn 6, here comes Romain Grosjean.
Should be the rule.
It is.
Romain Grosjean working his way through the S's. Daniel Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel, Marcus Ericsson, Fernando Alonso, Felipe Massa, Nico Hulkenberg, Lewis Hamilton, and Valtteri Bottas have yet to make their way out onto the track. Daniel Kvyat and Jolyon Palmer are on out laps, so that means 10 drivers are about to put timed laps down in the next minute and a half or so. So we're about to see this leaderboard get lit up. And here it comes. Romain Grosjean posts a 118.577. Stoffel Vandoorne a 118.917. Larry Armstrong puts the second fastest at 118.587. Verline third with a 118.784. Sainz puts it third, a 18.624. Tyler Markle puts it fourth, a 118.647 on the supers. Kimi Räikkönen top of the charts at 118.466. Lance Stroll puts it eighth, a 119.611.
Oh crap, I know what I forgot to do.
Kevin Magnussen coming out of turn 16 and 17. Magnussen, he's on the ultras and he's gonna put it 7th fastest. That's an 18.834. That is Verstappen 2nd fastest at an 18.537. Because Massa into turn 16 and 17. Felipe Massa's on the ultras and he'll put it. He's starting a timed lap, my bad. Daniel Kvyat, he's coming around, he'll be setting a timed lap. Tyler Markle off of the track, trying to let, I believe, Palmer and Kvyat by. Kvyat 7th fastest, a 18.714. Palmer 12th fastest, a 20.007. Now Felipe Massa, Valtteri Bottas outputting laps now. So your top 12, Kimi Räikkönen, Max Verstappen, Romain Grosjean, Larry Arsenault, Carlos Sainz, Tyler Markle, Daniel Kvyat, Pascal Wehrlein, Kevin Magnussen, Stoffel Vandoorne, Lance Stroll, and Jolyon Palmer. Those are the only 12 drivers to put in lap times. 11 of those 12 are on the Ultra Softs. The only one not on Ultra Softs is Tyler Merkel. He's on the Super Softs. He's starting 6th at the moment with a 118.647. Here comes Felipe Massa working his way out of the S's and into turn 12. He's coming into the chicane complex, followed by Valtteri Bottas. Daniel Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel, Marcus Ericsson, Fernando Alonso, Nico Hulkenberg, and Lewis Hamilton have yet to make their way out onto the track with 6 minutes remaining in qualifying. Lewis Hamilton's now on an out lap. Speaking of the devil, here comes Felipe Massa, a 118.870. Valtteri Bottas, 2nd fastest, a 118.503. So there's 14 drivers who've made it out onto the track, putting 14 times down. Now Marcus Ericsson's on an out lap. Lewis Hamilton's on an out lap. So we're about to get times 15 and 16 in about 2 minutes.
Yes.
Weather change, there is no rain now. So could the race have changed? Question mark.
Keep an eye on the laptop.
You can't look at it. Oh yeah, you can. Never mind. It just says no rain. We'll see.
Good.
Here comes Lewis Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel, and Fernando Alonso all made their way out onto the track. Nico Hulkenberg's the last one in the pit lane. Here comes Lewis Hamilton starting a timed lap. This is his first timed lap of the session. Hamilton, Ericsson, and now Ricciardo coming through Sector 3. Vettel coming through Sector 3. Alonso working his way to Sector 3. There he is, coming through Sector 3. Hamilton into Turn 4 and Turn 5. Now on his way to the chicane. I'm sorry, the hairpin. Turn 6. Here comes Lewis Hamilton through turn 16 and on to 17. Hamilton on the ultra softs. What's he looking for? Coming to the start finish line. Lewis Hamilton, top of the charts. 118.188. Here goes Marcus Ericsson. Ericsson working his way through 14 and 15. Now on his way to 16. Ericsson, he's on the ultras. Where is he gonna put it? The little team that could, the Sauber, gonna put it 9th fastest. That's a 118.728. Then we have Daniel Ricciardo coming through turn 16 now. Ricciardo's gonna put it 2nd fastest, a 118.255. Here comes Sebastian Vettel. Vettel top of the charts, 118.116. That is 2 1,000ths of a second faster than Lewis Hamilton. But Larry Arsenault puts it, no, never mind, that's not 2 1,000ths. But Larry Arsenault puts it 2nd fastest, which is now 3rd fastest. Arsenault with a 118.173. Alonso 2nd fastest, a 118.160. And the top 4, let me tell you, the top 4 are all within, the top 4 are all within 7/10ths of a second. Here in qualifying for Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Nico Hulkenberg's on an out lap now. Here he comes on his way down to turn 1. Hulkenberg, we saw what happened with Verline. He was the last driver to put down a lap in Q1 at Shanghai. Here we are in Mexico. Hulkenberg's going to be the last one to put down a lap. He's trying to get a top 5 like Verline did. Grosjean's on an out lap. Verline's on an out lap. Stoffel Van Dorn's on an out lap. Grosjean and Sainz on out laps. Raikkonen on out laps. Arsenal with the top of the charts. 118.019.8. Arsenal, coming into this race, said this was his worst track. Here he is on the provisional pole with just over a minute and a half yet left. And here comes everybody back out onto the track, watching Nico Hulkenberg coming around. He's going to start his first timed lap of the session with just over 1 minute 20 seconds. He's going to cross the start finish line for about a minute and 15. This is it. Hulkenberg gets 1 lap. And here comes everybody out of the pit lane. So, Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo, Tyler Markle, Marcus Ericsson are all locking in their lap times for qualifying. Here comes Raikkonen, Grosjean, Sainz, Van Dorn, Stroll, Palmer, Verline, and Kvyat, and Magnussen all through Sector 3, and Verstappen, and Massa. Just over half a minute remaining. Nico Hulkenberg coming through turn 6. On board with Hulkenberg through the S's. Hulkenberg with the 1 attempt he gets. Arsenault's locking in his lap time. Right now, Arsenault's on the provisional pole. I don't know how much faster these drivers can get. But Vettel, Alonso, Hamilton, and Ricciardo are not challenging for the pole. And it's over. Nico Hülkenberg coming to qualify 8th with that last lap of the session.
I'm back.
Larry Arsenault will be starting on pole for the Mexican Grand Prix at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Sebastian Vettel will start 2nd. Fernando Alonso
Holy shit, the first
3rd.
4 times.
Everybody within 1/10 of a second in the top 4. The top 5 within 1.5 tenths of a second.
Me and Vettel are about to go to war.
Yep.
The
I'm
top
the only
2
one starting in
times.
the opposite strat.
The top 2 times, 17 1/1000ths of a second. Well, Marco, you also didn't make the top 10. I don't know if it just does everybody.
I was on supers.
Yeah, but you weren't in the top 10. I thought it only does the top 10.
Well, it does, because I can change my strategy, Emerson.
Oh, you can change. That's right. But the top 10 must start in those tires. Alright, so let's get a word from Mr. 2 weeks in a row pole sitter, Larry Arsenault. Larry, you said this was your worst track. Stop lying to us. What happened out there? What was that?
I don't know what that was, to be
God
honest.
damn
We
it,
just
Larry.
threw something together and somehow we put down that blister of a lap.
17 1/1000ths of a second over Vettel. The rest of the top 4 separated by 9 100ths of a second. And the top 5 separated by 15 100ths of a second. What does that say about the competition that you have to face today here at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez?
That says a lot, especially, this is gonna be no walk in the park for this race. This is gonna be an absolute dogfight for the win.
So, see, Tyler Markle, you're starting on the opposite strategy. You're the only driver that qualified on the supers. What does that have for you today?
I'm on softs now, so.
Sauce? Okay. Alright, so let's see if we can get through our starting grid here pretty quick. So on the pole, 2 weeks in a row, Larry Arsenault from Force India. And alongside of him, Sebastian Vettel from Scuderia Ferrari. In row 2, we have Fernando Alonso from McLaren Honda and Lewis Hamilton from Mercedes. In row 3, we have Daniel Ricciardo from Red Bull and Valtteri Bottas from Mercedes. In row 4, we have Kimi Räikkönen from Scuderia Ferrari and Nico Hülkenberg from Renault. In row 5, we have Carlos Sainz from Toro Rosso, and alongside of him, Max Verstappen for Red Bull. In row 6, we have Romain Grosjean from Haas and Tyler Markle from Sahara Force India. In row 7, we have Daniel Kvyat from Toro Rosso, and alongside of him, Marcus Ericsson from Sauber. In row 8, we have Pascal Wehrlein from Sauber, and alongside of him, Kevin Magnussen from Haas. In row 9, we have Felipe Massa from Williams and Stoffel Van Dorn from McLaren Honda. And in row 10, we have Jolyon Palmer from Renault and Lance Stroll for I don't even know how many weeks in a row. So we'll start last from Williams.
The
So Larry,
disappointment continues.
continues to disappoint me, Lance Stroll. Larry Arsenault gridding up here. This time he will be the first one to the grid, unlike last week.
Oops.
And somebody is going ham. Alright, so here we go. Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez has always provided great racing, but what's in store today? Mexico, I want you on your feet. It's time to bring the action. 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. Vettel gets a great start over Arsenal. Vettel's gonna clear Arsenal for the lead, and Arsenal again 2 weeks in a row gets a terrible start. 3 wide behind him is Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, and Fernando Alonso. This wide front, just they're 4 wide in the back. Here comes Hamilton. Arsenal on the outside. He'll try to clear Vettel. Preferred line, they're 3 wide behind him. Hamilton 3 wide, Ricciardo and Alonso. Oh, they make contact. Vettel falls in behind Ricciardo and Alonso. Here comes Raikkonen and Bottas. Bottas and Hamilton are now side by side. They make contact in the back. There's debris flying everywhere. Into turn 4. There's still 3 wide back here. This is Stoffel Vandoorne, Daniel Kvyat. No, that's Carlos Sainz and Nico Hülkenberg. No, that is Daniel Kvyat. Now everybody singles it out here in the back. Max Verstappen still going toe-to-toe hard with Marcus Ericsson, trying to get into the top 10.
Alright, sorry about that. I had something go on here out of nowhere.
I heard somebody going ham on something hard.
No, that was the washer. Something, I don't know, something happened.
So back up front, it's Larry Arsenault under heavy attack from Sebastian Vettel.
Stroll's pitting.
Lance Stroll has wing damage and he's made his way to pit lane. Sebastian Vettel looks to make an overtake attempt on Arsenault but stays put. Ricciardo in third. Fernando Alonso 4th, Kimi Raikkonen 5th, Valtteri Bottas 6th, Lewis Hamilton 7th, Nico Hülkenberg 8th, Carlos Sainz 9th, Marcus Ericsson 10th. You just see all the debris and leaves flying around everywhere from this wind. Back up front, Arsenal under heavy attack from Vettel. Ricciardo is there as well. Arsenal now looking to pull over a second gap on Vettel. There it is. He's looking to get clear of DRS. I missed that fastest lap, but I know Larry Arsenault has the fastest lap, but Tyler Markle shatters that. Never mind. Tyler Markle for a 1:21.038. Doesn't even matter what the last fastest lap was.
0.84.
0.84? Well, it wasn't by much. Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel are about to go at it hard here. Ricciardo with a huge run on Vettel. Doesn't make the overtake attempt into 4. Here it comes, Raikkonen looking to the inside of Alonso, doesn't make the move. Bottas hangs tough.
Walk right in there where you're at.
Kimi Raikkonen continues to look for a way around Fernando Alonso. Valtteri Bottas hanging tough in 6th. Ricciardo loses a little bit of time to Vettel, but he'll get him back here with the DRS on the front straightaway. Vettel does not have... Wait, does Vettel have DRS on Arsenal? Yes, he does. He barely got within DRS detection there. But here comes Ricciardo. Ricciardo closes in a lot, but doesn't make the overtake attempt.
Yep.
Tyler Markle goes through the grass trying to get around Stoffel Vandoorne.
I wasn't trying to do that. Oh,
looking for a shortcut around this track. There aren't many.
Somehow that worked and no illegal overtake.
Vandoorne for an aggressive block to Jolyon Palmer. Jolyon Palmer to the inside of Vandoorne, side by side through 5. Now Vandoorne with the preferred line as they head into the hairpin. Van Dorn clear, Palmer. Let's take a recap of that restart. Larry Arsenault's right where he started, Sebastian Vettel right where he started, but Daniel Ricciardo's up 2 from where he started, and Alonso's down 1. Raikkonen's up 2, and Bottas is right where he started. Hamilton is down 3 from his early excursions, 3 wide of Alonso and Ricciardo. Hülkenberg and Sainz are right where they started. Ericsson is up 4. Verstappen and Grosjean are down 1. Kvyat is right where he started. Tyler Marko's down 2 from where he started. Van Dorn and Palmer are up 3. Verline, Magnussen, and Massa are down 2. And Lance Stroll is right where he started. He's 41 seconds off the pace. So now, Daniel Ricciardo did get around Sebastian Vettel, and that now is 2.8 seconds between Arsenal and Ricciardo. We're working lap 5 of 36 here at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, Mexico City, Mexico. Tyler Markle works his way around Romain Grosjean. Don't know if he used a shortcut there.
No, I didn't. Calm down. I couldn't stop when I did it on Van Dorn.
Yeah. They need to really take out this commentary from the driver's ears, since they make comments all the time.
If you need an excuse, just say you pulled what I pulled at China on the Toro Rossos to get the lead. Maybe then they won't turn their heads when you pull it off.
Dang.
Oh, we're always turning our heads. We see everything from up here. It's almost 3 seconds the gap between Arsenal and Ricciardo, but Ricciardo's not losing much. He's lost 1/10. Well, in the world of F1, 1/10 can mean everything. Tyler Markle making moves. He's trying to get into the points. He's now up 1 from where he started. He got around Max Verstappen. Now he has Marcus Ericsson and Carlos Sainz in his sights. Tyler Markle looking to the inside of Ericsson. We got a nice chopper view from this battle. Ericsson fighting hard because he knows this is points. Tyler Markle looking to keep his championship lead. Yup, that's right. Championship leaders battling just to get into the points. Ericsson will clear Tyler Markle through VSs. They never end for some of these drivers. They just seem to never end. Verstappen looking to the outside of Markle. Markle looking to the inside of Ericsson. They're going 3 wide into turn 12. Side by side through turn 13 and 14. Markle with the preferred line through 15. Got to get to the inside of Ericsson through 16. They still have the preferred line through 17. It looks like he'll not clear just yet, because now down to straightaway. Ericsson will have DRS on Markle. Markle will clear Ericsson. No, Markle has DRS. Ericsson does not. Here comes Grosjean. Grosjean looking to make it 3 wide with Ericsson and Markle. No, he stays put. Now it's just 2 wide behind Tyler Markle. Grosjean and Ericsson side by side. This is 1 spot out of the points.
Why do I still have DRS? The fuck?
Don't complain, just take
Emerson, I had DRS because I was behind Ericsson at the detection.
DRS detection. And that the DRS detection works not for 1 but 2 DRS straightaways right there. So Ericsson does clear Grosjean, only loses 1 spot, but that 1 spot is very valuable as it is 1 point to the championship hunt. Lance Stroll, just keep on trucking, bud. Back up front with Larry Arsenault, 2.8 seconds. The gap is maintained between Arsenault and Ricciardo. And the gap's been constant between the top 6, I actually believe. Here comes Lewis Hamilton into the pit lane now. Tyler Markle with the fastest lap. That's a 1:20.952 on the soft compound.
To be honest, I didn't think I was on a good lap.
Hamilton puts on the ultras. And Hamilton will be about 20 seconds faster, or ahead of Lance Stroll. Poor guy.
I'm surprised they made his AI so shit on here though.
I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
no
at least
ratings.
it's accurate to the 2018 standards.
Well, no. Well, did he have no ratings for this year?
He didn't. This is 2017.
Have you seen his performance this year?
Larry, this is last year's.
Yes, I know.
He actually had a couple decent races last year. I would at least think he'd have a decent car in this.
He
mean, he had a
underperformed the
podium.
Williams. One podium.
He overperformed it last year. This year is very, very underperforming it.
I don't know. I think there's something a little bit more than just problems that's going on with Williams. Because it's not just him. It's
Overall.
Sorokin too.
I just think overall the team has gone down. Because even Sauber, looking
Marcus
at
Ericsson,
this
the
week
pit
for
lane.
Austria, in real life, Larry, Leclerc was top 10 in speed in practice. For Sauber, and Ericsson was like 11th. I was like, maybe Sauber's turned it around.
Yeah, Alfa Romeo definitely helped him out.
Pascal
getting
Verlaine
back
gets
to where
around
they
Daniel
were. I'd say
Kvyat.
maybe to their 2010 standards, but I can't say that for sure because I didn't watch F1 that much in 2010. So
Sainz and Marco are going toe to toe. Into the hairpin. Sainz trying to stick with Marco. Into turn 7. Marco will clear Sainz. And now through the long and almost never ending S curves. I know by the end of this race, these drivers will say they hate the S's.
I already do.
I don't mind them.
1/4 through the race. The gap between first and second has shrank just a little bit. It's been 2/10, but here comes Daniel Ricciardo to the pit lane, followed by Larry Arsenault. Flip that. Vettel and Alonso also. Bottas, Hulkenberg, and Sainz in the pit lane. Raikkonen takes the lead over Tyler Markle. The fuck was that?
You hold up.
I have to wait for so many cars in the pit lane. That hurts so much in the long run.
So, of those cars that just pitted, Daniel Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel, Valtteri Bottas, Larry Arsenault, Fernando Alonso, Carlos Sainz, Romain Grosjean, and Nico Hulkenberg, they all pitted for the super soft compound. Ericsson's still on the Ultras. So Arsenault, who was theoretically the leader entering the pit lane, or he was the leader entering the pit lane, gets held up and loses spots to Ricciardo, Vettel, and Bottas. Let me just remind you, Ricciardo was 2nd, Vettel was 4th, and Bottas was 6th before pit stops. So
I hate this stupid safe release crap.
Larry Arsenault is behind the theoretical 6th place driver. He lost basically 6 spots. Kimi Räikkönen into the pit lane now. Followed by Max Verstappen. Tyler Markle takes the lead. Here comes Jolyon Palmer and Stoffel Vandoorne. Pascal Verlaine. Kevin Magnussen will take 2nd. Here comes Felipe Massa. Daniel Kvyat will take 3rd, and Lewis Hamilton is now up to 4th. Lewis Hamilton battling Daniel Ricciardo into turn 1. This is for the theoretical lead. Ricciardo takes the theoretical lead here in Mexico. He'll clear Hamilton. Tyler Markle is on a different strategy, so that could play a factor. But Tyler Markle still has yet to pit. But Tyler Markle, if he were to pit now, would come out just in this lead battle. It would be a net gain for Tyler Markle. It wouldn't be the lead, but it'd be a net gain. Carlos Sainz and Romain Grosjean are going side by side as they head into turn 6. Grosjean clears Sainz back up to the theoretical battle for the lead. It's a huge gaggle of cars, and Daniel Kvyat, who's not in the theoretical battle for the lead because he still has yet to pit, is running third. Here comes Ricardo. Ricardo looking to go. Hamilton goes to the outside of Ricardo into turn 12. Ricardo will clear Hamilton. Arsenal gets around Bottas. No, they're going side by side now. Arsenal with the preferred line through 14 and 15. Bottas has the preferred line, but now through 16. Arsenal clears Bottas. Bottas is going to come back through 17. Magnussen and Kvyat pit. So now Daniel Ricciardo is in second. He is the theoretical leader, 20 seconds behind Tyler Merkel, who still has yet to pit.
Oh, what is this straightlinespeed.com, Bottas?
Boys.
Some amazing audio from Larry Arsenault. And he got a huge move. Here comes Lewis Hamilton back to the theoretical lead, but he's not clear of Ricardo. Yes, he is. Here comes Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Räikkönen a little ways back. And I mean, it's a huge gaggle of cars, because if we think about this, the theoretical battle for the lead is between 2nd to 9th.
I am the leader no matter what.
Tyler Margo should be, when he pits, should be coming out right in the middle of this, which would make this a 10-car battle for the lead. Here comes Larry Arsenault to the inside of Kimi Räikkönen. Lewis Hamilton is on the Ultra Softs. Carlos Sainz and Nico Hülkenberg continue to go at it. This is for the 12th position outside of points. Sainz and Hülkenberg come side by side out of turn 17. Hamilton's now gained 0.3 of a second. He continues to gain on Tyler Mark. They're 3 wide for 13th. For 12th, Van Dorn, Sainz, Palmer. Sainz falls out of the 3 wide. Oh, Van Dorn and Palmer almost make contact. They're side by side into turn 1. And Van Dorn will clear Palmer and Sainz. And Verline had a great view of all of this. Because this is 12th through 15th, and Verline was in 16th. He's right there behind Palmer now. Because Hülkenberg's in 13th. Lewis Hamilton continues to eat into the lead that Tyler Merkel has. It's now down to 19 seconds. Lewis Hamilton's on the Ultra Softs. Tyler Merkel's on the Softs. Tyler Merkel has yet to pit. Hamilton has to pit once more, I believe. Here comes Sebastian Vettel to the outside. Daniel Ricciardo. Marcus Ericsson and Kimi Räikkönen are going at it. Ricciardo and Vettel side by side through 2. Vettel hanging tough on the outside. Räikkönen somehow stays out in front of Alonso. He had to fend him off. Here comes Vettel to the outside of Ricciardo into turn 4, but he'll have the preferred line into 5. Vettel looking at
give me some popcorn. This is interesting.
Vettel will clear Ricciardo for 3rd, theoretically 2nd. And this is the kind of run Vettel needs after his abysmal finish in China. Arsenault looks to make a move on Ricciardo, thinks better of it. Arsenault getting some curve there through turn 14 and 15. Arsenault should have DRS here. There it is. On Ricciardo. Ricciardo will have DRS on Vettel. Vettel will not have DRS on anyone. So Ricciardo looking to make an overtake attempt back on Vettel. Let's just say Marcus Ericsson is theoretically 6th, is in 7th right now. Little team that could. This Sauber team is something else this season.
Until their car fails with Pascal.
Coda short. Lewis Hamilton's
Rip.
now got the lead down to 17.5 seconds. He continues to drive Tyler Merkel down. Sebastian Vettel is now 19.8 seconds off of Tyler Merkel. Daniel Ricciardo's 20.3 and Larry Armstrong's 20.6. Tyler Merkel used to have a 21-second lead over Lewis Hamilton. But again, the only other driver that's on the same compound as the race leader, Tyler Merkel, is last place, Lance Stroll. Everybody from 2nd to 19th is on the Ultras or Supers. Actually, everybody, only Lewis Hamilton, Marcus Ericsson, they're 2nd and 7th. Kevin Magnussen and Daniel Kvyat, which are 17th and 19th, have the Ultras. Everybody else has Supers. Nico Hulkenberg and Stoffel Van Dorn, this little group will not stay quiet back here. This is the battle for 12th. This is outside of a points paying position, but man, are they prideful for where they get classified. I mean, Hulkenberg and Van Dorn have been going at it for laps now. I mean, this is, what, 10 laps ongoing between these two. And this is not even for points. But you know what they say, if you let your guard down, you'll miss opportunity. So, say something happens in front of them, that's a missed opportunity to get points. Always have to be on your toes, even if you're not in the position you want to be in. Lewis Hamilton pits, which gives Sebastian Vettel the theoretical lead.
Straight line speed.
Well, Tag Heuer, Mercedes. Tag Heuer, 1-year-old Mercedes. I think the new Tag Heuer wins over a 1-year-old Mercedes.
Larry, when's your pit? Next one.
22.
Okay.
Team communication going
I
on
shouldn't have
between
said that.
drivers.
That could give you a psychological advantage.
I'm 20 to 22, Larry. That's why I was wondering, should I go in on 22 or not? I was like, okay, so you're ours, I'm not.
Sebastian Vettel is now 17.5 seconds behind Tyler Merkel. Oh, Arsenal gets it to Ricciardo, where just about misses him.
That was close. But once I had straightlinespeed.com. In the wrong spot. Oh, here we go. Yep, bye.
And that Tag Heuer is gone. 0.6 of a second it pulls on Arsenal, but Arsenal with the DRS and slipstream. Only Ricciardo has DRS on Vettel, so that doesn't help Arsenal much. Oh, here comes Arsenal on the outside. Into turn 2 now, turn 3, Arsenal hanging tough. Now on the straightaway that leads him into 4. This is a DRS straight. Ricciardo will have DRS, so will Arsenal.
Damage.
Oh, he might have to bit sooner now.
Nah, it ain't bad.
So we're getting reports
I'm a warrior, I'll fight through it.
Arsenal has wing damage. Does this affect his way of overtaking Ricciardo?
Weather report.
Uh-oh. Bye, Ricardo. It was nice, seeing you.
Fernando Alonso gets around Kimi Räikkönen. They're side by side through 3 now. Räikkönen fighting back on Alonso. Alonso clear of Ricardo, long gone from him. So, let's see what's going on back here. Oh, no, they're not battling anymore. The battle that would never calm down finally calmed down. Grosjean on Räikkönen, though. Grosjean gets Räikkönen. Räikkönen follows suit, but there's Verstappen, Hulkenberg, and Van. There they are. They're fighting again. Van Dorn and Hulkenberg. That's what I was waiting for. Right on schedule. Van Dorn looking to get around Hulkenberg. Will clear Hulkenberg out of 3, but Hulkenberg has DRS on Van Dorn. Now side by side into 4. Van Dorn almost puts Hulkenberg into the grass. Still side by side. Hulkenberg gets preferred line through 5. Hulkenberg and Van Dorn still side by side. Van Dorn with the preferred line into 7. Now beginning the S ascent. Hulkenberg will clear Van Dorn for now. The gap between Tyler Markle and Sebastian Vettel is now 13 seconds.
Oh, here comes Bottas some more straightlinespeed.com.
This Force India of Larry Arsenal is getting absolutely killed on the speed it has. It has an aerodynamic disadvantage. The broken wing. Verstappen on Räikkönen. Verstappen clears Räikkönen into 1, but Räikkönen dives it back into 1. Now they're side by side through 2, and Räikkönen clear Verstappen through 3. But Verstappen will have DRS on Räikkönen. And we'll see, same old story. This time we'll see Verstappen look to the outside of Räikkönen, now into 4. Ericsson gets around Kvyat for 18. Verstappen and Räikkönen going side by side. This is for 8th. Verstappen the preferred line through 5, now through 6. Räikkönen lets Verstappen clear him.
Jeff, did you accidentally put a MAN or Mercedes engine in this thing?
Oh man, our Mercedes engine. Here comes Tyler Markle into the pit lane. This will hand Sebastian Vettel the lead. Tyler Markle puts on the super softs, and here comes Sebastian Vettel. To the race lead goes Vettel. Here comes Ricardo. Larry Arsenal looking to beat his teammate out. There he goes. Valtteri Bottas. Fernando Alonso looking to beat Tyler Markle. It's going to be a race on pit exit, but Tyler Markle will come out in front of Alonso. Arsenal gets around Bottas, clears Bottas. But he is 3 seconds from Daniel Ricciardo. Or from Sebastian Vettel. So the top 15 are all on supers. Then there's Magnussen and Hamilton in 16th and 17th, and Daniel Kvyat in 19th on the ultras. Ericsson's on the supers in 18th, and Stroll's on the softs in 20th. But we don't talk about those bottom 5. They're not in contention for anything right now. Actually, Hamilton is closing in on Magnussen, and Magnussen's right behind Massa. So let's not talk about the bottom 3. They're not in contention. Arsenal looking to hold off Bottas. looking to gain any time on Vettel and Ricardo, but does nothing. Ricardo with the, oh, follows Vettel into the pit lane. This may have been set up perfectly for Tyler Merkel, because here comes Tyler Merkel to take the lead, and he doesn't have to make another stop.
Team, did we forget to put an actual Mercedes engine in this thing? Or did we go back to the frickin' Cosworth days?
Max Verstappen to second, Kimi Räikkönen to third, Stoffel Vandoorne to fourth, Carlos Sainz to fifth, Jolie and Palmer to sixth, Pascal Wehrlein looking for his first points all season to seventh, Felipe Massa eighth, Kevin Magnussen ninth, and Lewis Hamilton is in 10th. He's on the Ultras again. Wait, has Hamilton put on another set of tires this race?
I don't know.
Hamilton's made 2 stops and he's yet to put on another set of tires, I think. That can be a penalty. I forget what kind of penalty it is.
25 seconds to disqualification.
Yep. Okay, so that's it. 25 seconds to disqualification is the penalty that could potentially happen to Lewis Hamilton, provided he doesn't pit in these next 13 laps. Tyler Merkel, fastest lap of a 120.037, and he's right where he wants to be, leading this race and doesn't have to make another stop. Here comes Verstappen, and Raikkonen, and Vandoorne, and Sainz, and Palmer, and Wehrlein, and Massa. Here comes Lewis Hamilton, up to second. Kevin Magnussen pits. I think Tyler Merkel may have juked everyone out with strategy made back in qualifying. Tyler Merkel was the only driver to qualify on a set of supers, and then changed his strategy to softs prior to the race. And he now has an 18-second lead over Lewis Hamilton on strategy. Romain Grosjean clears Marcus Ericsson for 8th. This is going on in turn 6. Arsenal in 7th. Vettel in 5th. He's looking to make his way back into contention for the championship. And Lewis Hamilton's the only driver on the Ultra Softs in the field. Daniel Ricciardo passes Lewis Hamilton at the end of the straightaway. And if these two battle, this just allows Tyler Merkel to build up an even bigger lead. The only thing I believe that can change this race up for Tyler Merkel would be a safety car. Nico Hülkenberg and Marcus Ericsson going side by side. This is for a points paying position, and Max Verstappen is in 11th. This time by 10 laps remaining. Or 11 laps remaining. The next time Tyler Merkel crosses the start-finish line, it'll be 10. Daniel Ricciardo with the fastest lap of a 119.989. Lewis Hamilton's in the pit lane. There, he's on the supers. Now everybody's on the super soft tire except for Lance Stroll. But let's not talk about him. He's about to get lapped. So Lewis Hamilton with that pit stop falls all the way down to the 16th position. So Valtteri Bottas, Sebastian Vettel, and Fernando Alonso are to be closest drivers to each other, I believe, in the top 5. Vettel looking to get around Bottas here. This is for 3rd place into turn 13 now. Vettel closing in on Bottas down the front straightaway. He's not going to make the overtake attempt into 1. Ericsson pits. And Ericsson is now the 18th place car. Lewis Hamilton now up to 14th. Hamilton's going to fight hard for points, but he's got to gain 5 seconds and pass Kimi Räikkönen if he wants points. Stoffel Vandoorne's looking to do that now on board with Stoffel Vandoorne. He's battling for points. Here comes Vandoorne. Vandoorne for huge run on Räikkönen into turn 1. There's a caution in sector 1. That's Jolyon Palmer who's DNF'd. He's blowing up into 1. Is this what can change the race?
Please be a safety car. Please be a safety car. Please be a safety car.
He's pulled off to the side of turn 1. And nothing from the stewards yet.
Fuck off, Charlie.
Don't believe this will trigger a safety car. Here comes Tyler Marco. He'll be coming full speed into turn 1. You'll see Jolyon Palmer on the outside of turn 1. So there's Palmer still sitting there in turn 1. I don't believe this will trigger anything. Vettel and Bottas are going side by side for turn 3. Or turn 1. Now into turn 3, Vettel clears Bottas.
Oh goody, isn't this just my lifelong dream again?
Alonso gets around Bottas. Now they're side by side into turn 5. Alonso the preferred line into 5 and now into 6. Looking to clear Bottas in 6. Oh, he's going to shove him off the track. No, he'll keep him on the track. But he'll clear Bottas in the 7. No, Arsenal looking to be a part of this. On board of Arsenal through the S's. Arsenal for huge dive into Bottas. Can he clear Bottas into 13? Now into 14. He'll have the preferred line and he'll park the bus through 15. Coming through 17 now.
Oh crap, he's gonna have straight line speed on me.
And Arsenal has nothing to do but other than hold his line and Bottas to his inside, but Arsenal with the better cornering through 1 and 2 and now through 3. Ricardo's now brought the lead down to 15.5 seconds, but I don't think it's gonna mean anything in about 7 laps when this race ends. Kimi Räikkönen is leading a queue of cars, and he's the only driver in points. If one driver out of this queue of cars takes the lead of this queue, they'll be in the points. Right now, Räikkönen's holding steady, this time by 6 laps to go in this race.
Have they underfueled my car? God damn it. They've literally put me on target.
I believe Arsenal was running rich for too long.
I never flipped.
Van Dorn and Räikkönen going at it. This is for points. Van Dorn clear of Räikkönen for the moment. That is 1 point to Van Dorn. And I mean, we have Van Dorn and Räikkönen, Sainz, Massa, and Hamilton in this queue of cars. Stroll gets around Daniel Kvyat. I am disappointed, Daniel Kvyat. How is this possible? You are on the faster tire. Lance Stroll on the soft tire overtakes Daniel Kvyat, who's on the super soft tire. Daniel Ricciardo's brought this lead down to 7 seconds. This may be something. Or Tyler Marco's going off the track. I believe his tires are shot. It's now 6.5 seconds when it was 15. I believe Tyler had to have made a mistake somewhere. Räikkönen trying to get back
around.
around.
Are we gonna be best friends, or are we gonna be
Stoffel
better
Van Dorn
rivals?
and Räikkönen back out in 10th place. This is for points. Arsenal looking to get around Alonso and Vettel.
Oh my god, even a McLaren Honda has straight line speed on me. This is pathetic. Team, what did you do?
That is some more radio from Larry Arsenault. See, tries to get around Fernando Alonso for the 4th position, and this battle for the lead, which wasn't a battle before, but it's starting to brew up. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo. He's now within 5 seconds of race leader Tyler Markle. And there's going to be this time by 3 laps to go. believe Tyler is just trying to hang on to the end with his super softs. Because even Lance Stroll and Daniel Kvyat are gaining on him. Can those set of tires last to the end? Are they close to being punctured? It's now 4 seconds between Markle and Ricciardo, and there's 3 laps to go. Is this a reverse of what happened to, or what Tyler Markle did last week? Is Tyler Markle gonna be the one ran down by over a second a lap? Last week he ran down his teammate by over a second a lap. And we still have a great queue of cars of Vettel, Alonso, and Arsenault. This is a battle for the 3rd position. Valtteri Bottas is a couple seconds behind this. Ricciardo now looking to pull it within 3 seconds. It's 3.3 seconds now. One more mistake out of Tyler Markle can cost him the race. And Tyler's going wide through 14. Two laps to go, and it's now 2.8 seconds between Markle and Ricciardo. Can Daniel Ricciardo close in on Tyler Markle? 2.7 seconds, 2.6 seconds, and he doesn't even have slipstream. It's 2.4 seconds.
Too much to ask for.
If Alonso and Vettel take each other out, no.
Now that would just be the cherry on top of the beautiful cake that I'm imagining right now.
And now Daniel Ricciardo, 2.3 seconds within race leader Tyler Markle has gone wide through turn 5. It's now 2.2 seconds. Raikkonen and Van Dorn are battling for points in this race, which I thought was going to have a boring ending, honestly, is going to start becoming an insane ending all around. Now Van Dorn is in the points paint position in 10th place. This time by will be coming to the 1 lap to go, and it's 1.5 seconds between Tyler Markle and Daniel Ricciardo. Now
Come here,
1
Vettel.
second. Larry Arsenault's gotten around Fernando Alonso. Arsenault's trying to go for a podium. Ricciardo's trying to go for a win. Raikkonen and Van Dorn are trying to go for points. And now Tyler Markle under attack from Daniel Ricciardo. He's got to defend Daniel Ricciardo for a lap. Last lap here at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Here comes Ricciardo. Tyler Markle with the defensive move. Ricciardo all over Tyler Markle. Ricciardo to the inside. Markle goes wide.
Sorry, Vettel, but it's got to be done. Okay, or not. Vettel.
Arsenault went off the track.
Oh God.
Here comes Ricciardo. Here comes Alonso to the inside of Arsenault. Arsenault, Vettel. Alonso 3 wide for 3rd.
Yeah.
There's a battle for the lead. 3 wide for 3rd. Arsenault clear of Vettel for 3rd. Tyler Markle just trying to hang on to 1st. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo. 0.4 of a second is the lead. On board with Daniel Ricciardo through the S's. Tyler with one more mistake. Here comes Ricciardo. Huge run for Ricciardo. Remember, Markle can only make 1 defensive move. It's now 1/10 of a second.
My God, he's out of fuel.
Larry Arsenault's out of gas. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo. Tyler goes wide. And he's parking the bus. That might have been. That might have been it. Tyler Markle, all he had to do was park the bus to the checkered flag. Tyler Markle will win the Mexican Grand Prix. Daniel Ricciardo 2nd. Larry Arsenault is out of fuel, trying to make it in 6th place right now. Here comes Romain Grosjean for 7th. Nico Hülkenberg for 8th.
Larry.
Max Verstappen for 9th. And he'll finish in 9th.
Oh.
He had the podium, but he drove the car too hard. What a finish! Oh, and I believe Stoffel Van Dorn beat Kimi Räikkönen for 10th. So it's Tyler Markle on the top step of the podium, and let me tell you, Tyler Markle could have lost this race 17 different times on that last lap, and he still won it. Daniel Ricciardo second, and Sebastian Vettel third. Entering Sector 3, Vettel was not going to get a podium. So Tyler Markle wins the Mexican Grand Prix and continues to extend his championship lead. He now has 42 points on Larry Arsenault, and Vettel couldn't tell because we just got out of that screen really quick. But what a day, Tyler Markle. Let me talk to you. Like I said, you could have lost that race 17 different times and you still won it. Tell me about those last couple laps.
Tires were shot, but I wasn't lean that whole time to save the tires. I put it standard hopefully for that last lap. I guess it worked a bit, but still overdrove that final couple turns.
You parked the bus so much. If you didn't do that, he would have passed you cleanly.
Well, we did it. I don't know what happened with our teammate, but you can go talk to him now. Glad for the win, extended our lead. We're our teammate.
And Larry, what? Just a miscalculation of the team. You've been dealing with. Okay, talk to me about your day. What is this day?
I don't think there's any words that can describe how many things went wrong with this race. Qualifying, absolutely perfect. Car was great. Car was fast. In the race, it was just... It felt like we had engine in the back of it, and everybody was just like straight line speed, and we were done.
Talk to me about the miscalculation on what was going on there at the end.
I don't know what that was. I knew we were close with about 7 to go, and I tried to keep my eye on the fuel, and then the last 5 laps and I finally was catching Alonso and Vettel, I decided to kind of put that aside and focus on the battle, and then coming into Sector 3, the thing just shut off on me, and then it hit me. What happened? We just pushed it too hard, used a little too much gas, and cost ourselves a podium.
What an insane finish there at the end. Great drive by both of you, somehow still both getting double points. Tyler with his tires and you with your fuel. The talent show today, more than the cars. And you both got a double points finish. Tyler obviously with the win. Yeah. Next we have Abu Dhabi. Force India continues to establish their dominance on the constructors. And we'll see you next week.